You are now listening to one of the hottest podcasts out, the Hood Geniuses Podcast, with host Ms. 100, Lady T.
What's good, y'all? This is the Hood Geniuses Podcast.
And this is Lady T.
And this is Ms. 100. This is episode 34. And today, with this episode, our guest is the good brothers from Unify Global. And they're going to just rock out with us and chill back. And we're going to get into how they started their movement, because they not only sell clothes, they got a lot of things going on. So before we get into all that, we're going to do our usual, talk about what we've been doing and grinding, and y'all know, hashtag we out here. You know what I'm saying? So Lady T, what's good with you? What was you doing this past weekend besides, yesterday,
Well, as usual, I want to pat myself on the back because I took it easy this weekend. I didn't go party like an animal off the Muppets and shit like that. It was cool. Saturday, we volunteered at the Health Fest out there at 52nd and Lawrencewood. It was a great opportunity. I was glad I had the opportunity to do that. And it was fun. I learned some things. We was out there networking and, hashtag grinding and building. So,
yeah, that event was the first time that Hood Geniuses Podcast was able to do some outreach stuff. We was volunteering our service for about 5 hours about, with them badass kids.
Whoa. Don't talk about the babies.
You said what?
Don't talk about the babies.
Yeah, Lady T was covering one bouncy. I was covering the other. We was doing our best. I seen Lady T almost, but now I ain't gonna say come to blues or nothing with no parent, but she had to cut, she had to put a couple of parents in their place, check them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it takes a community. It takes more than just one.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened though, but the bouncer that I was supervising, it collapsed on me twice, and them kids, it was just wilding, yo. But overall, it was a good event. They had a concert at the end. You had the Delphonics performing. Howard, what was his name? Howard Hewitt. Drew Hill, one of my favorite R&B male groups from the 90s. The 90s had, the most classic R&B music. That's another topic. R&B music ain't even the same nowadays.
No.
You know what I mean? They don't even know how to talk to women now.
They don't.
They just be like, lay down, get on your back, let me bust your ass.
Well, they start from home because they see what their mom do.
Yeah, you already know.
So.
You know what I'm saying? So let me introduce these good brothers, yo. You know what I'm saying? These dudes, we met them at an event. Ashley, shout out Adanye, which is Lady T fan. We did the interview with him on the podcast, which was Ashley to date is our most listened podcast episode on SoundCloud. That is, shout out to Adanye and everything he's doing. But he invited us to his mixtape release party, and we was there with a whole bunch of different artists and entrepreneurs. It was a great networking event, and some caught my eye. There was a table with shirts, hats. I'm like, damn, them shirts is hot. I was mad that I didn't have no bread on me because I ain't had no cash on me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, them hats is hat. Them hat. Hold up, there's one that's catching me. But the hats was hot. The shirts, I'm like, damn. So. And it's just funny how, the energy works out here, because this gentleman over here, Ron, he had said to me, like, yo, your shirt, yo, I like that logo, the Hood Genius logo. And I was like, hey, yo, your shit hot. You know what I'm saying? And at the time, I didn't even know he's, with his partner, Aziz. And then he introduced me to Aziz. I'm like, damn, your brother, yo, this is good. And then the conversation started. We was talking about all types of things. I'm like, yo, these like-minded brothers, this is what I need to be around. This is, your spirit sometimes is thirst for that knowledge and that kind of positive energy. I'm all about, reading people's energies and stuff like that. That's always been the vibe that I've been on. But, and I said, Lady T, yo, you gotta go over to the table. Yo,
wait a minute, you got here before me. Remember, you got here before
me. I know.
Me.
I was talking to him for a minute.
When I came in the door, that's the first thing I saw. I didn't see the food.
Yeah.
I like to eat. So that was the first thing I saw was the table, and I said, "Wow!" Like it just grabbed me. Like I really like these shirts, these hats. You know, I love my hats.
Yeah,
it just stood out, and I was like, "Man, listen, we gotta get them on the show."
Exactly. Yeah. She plugged me. But we both was thinking the same thing anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know, we're gonna let these brothers get on the mic, and so y'all can, you know, hear what they about. It's not, like I said, it's a movement. It's not just about the clothes and the hats and stuff like that. You know, I want y'all to really get to know these brothers because they out here doing their thing. They everywhere. All you gotta do is Google them, go on Instagram, and just look them up. You know what I'm saying? Unify Global Ltd. That's everything. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, you know, all over. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to give these brothers the mic, and, you know, we're going to ask them, you know, what's good, you know, how they got their start and everything. So just chill, y'all. Listen.
What's going on? I'm Aziz Unify. How y'all doing? I'm Unify Ron.
Okay. All right. I'm going to ask the first question. You know, how did y'all two brothers meet, and how did y'all combine to come together to say, you know, with this concept of not just selling clothes and designing and everything, with just the movement alone, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, well, how we met was I was living in California at the time. I had just beat a case. I was looking at some time upstate. I moved to California just to, you know, sort of clear my head. And I was looking to change my life around. Didn't work out there. Long story short, I got kicked out of my pop crib during the month of Ramadan. So I'm on the West Coast, homeless, living out of my grandpa van. I had a 6-song mix CD that I came out with, recorded in my pop crib while I was out there. And you know, the only way that I figured, you know, to get some bread out there was to go out there. And what I was really into the music at that time. I was deaning, and I said that I would go around and to like different delis and gas stations and ask people for donations, you know, so that I could reinvest in myself and get CDs and more studio time. And it's funny because this white guy out there gave me $100 for one CD just from hearing my story. And I had another guy in LA gave me $20. And it's crazy because I was down to my last at that time, but I always found a way, you know, to make sure that me and it was 2 cousins that was living in the van with me at that time, yo. I found a way for all of us to eat and keep gas in the van and stuff like that. So before I wound up getting flown back to Philly, my mom bought me a ticket or whatever. But before that, I wound up, I wound up getting flown back to Philly. I'm gonna fast forward to, I wound up getting flown back to Philly. And next thing you know, I'm looking for something to do that's not, you know, negative or, you know, illegal or something out here in the streets or whatever. I changed my life around, and I went to a barbershop at 41st and Lancaster named New Identity. That's the barbershop that this man built, you know. Him and his cousin that cut there named Mel, they built it from the ground up 15 years ago. And I had got there when they was about in their 10th year, and his younger cousin, which is a childhood friend of mine that I know from high school, we met at 13, named Khalil. I asked him, did he know about any job leads or anybody that was, you know, seeking to hire, you know, somebody that had a skill set such as mine. Like I know about cars and stuff like that. I got a few different little skills. And he was like, you ever thought about cutting hair? So I'm like, you know what? I never thought about cutting hair, but I wouldn't mind learning how to cut hair though, because my uncle was one of the sharpest motherfuckers in the city. And it's crazy because he was like, well, why don't you go ahead and ask Mel, can you cut? Which is, you know, he was 50-50 partners with Mel. This is his, you know, his cousin, his first cousin. And I went over to him and asked him, and he was like, you got any experience? I was like, nah. So he was like, he looked at me like, how the hell you expect to cut some hair in my shop? Like, and you ain't got no experience. I'm like, I'm a fast learner. Like, you know what I mean? Like, on some real shit, I'm a genius. Like, you know what I mean? I done been told that shit, like, so on numerous occasions. Like, I'm like, I could pretty much look at somebody and mimic that shit. It don't matter, whatever it is. And he was like, you kind of confident, like, you know what I'm saying? He was like, I tell you what, man. Because I'm sitting there staring at him like, what's up? Like, can I get a chance? So he like, I tell you what, man. You go get some tools and you come back and, you know what I mean? We gonna see how serious you are. Your next task is to go get some tools. And then we gonna take it from there. That was on a Friday. I came back that Monday. And now here we are almost 6 years later and we, you know, interviewing with y'all. But along that, you know, so that's how I met Aziz. About 3 years into it, let me see. About 3.5 years into it was when it was around Sandra Bland. This was when Sandra Bland incident had happened.
Yeah, because you remember, like, you know, you cut for the first year with us. Then, you know, you moved to your cousin Joe for maybe like a year.
I went uptown to Germantown.
He went uptown for like a year, and then he came back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because situations wasn't right, vibes wasn't right where he was at. You know what I'm saying? So then he came back a new identity. When he came back a new identity, it was like a whole nother fresh start. You know what I mean? But he had more skill up under his belt.
Yeah, I was sharp.
You know?
I'm sharp as shit. They call me super hands.
Like he was saying, you know, the Sandra Bland thing happened, the Trayvon Martin situation happened. It was just a lot of, like, you know, black killing going on. Yeah. And, you know, we were sitting back one day just talking, you know, barbershop talk. And he created, you know, Unify. You know what I'm saying? And the initial one that he created is the one with the people tree. You know, the man is at the top, and of course is the woman and the kids, and that's the man with his legacy. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. And when he created it and he showed us, I said, Ron, that joint hot, man. You know? He was like, oh, thanks. You know what I mean? But he showed everybody in the shop. I wasn't the only one that he showed. You understand what I'm saying? So, like a week later, I said, Ron, what you trying to do with that logo, bro? You try to do something with that job? He like, hell yeah. I said, all right, well, you know, let's talk. You know, so we decided to become 50-50 partners, and we went to work. We went to work. We went to work.
Yo.
I mean, honestly, I'm just sitting here like starstruck, like, and I was holding back some tears in the beginning when you started out, you know, and it just lets me know why your whole mannerism is so humble. Like when I run across people that have had like a rough spot in their life, like it just humbled them, like, and you know, and that's where I'm at with it too. So I know like where y'all coming from, like, and you know, maybe it's different storylines, but you know, we all done been down that road. You know, we never want to go back down that road. But I just want y'all to put out there y'all ages, like, you know, throw it out there. You know, I'm always, you know, talking about the ages because age does matter sometimes. You know.
Well, this Unify Ron, and I'm 35 years old.
This Unify Aziz, and I'm 42.
Okay, so the reason I always do that is because, you know, y'all not up in age. You know, y'all still fairly young. And with me saying that, it's like, for y'all to have that mentality that y'all have, you know, it was usually the older generation that was trying to unify the people, you know, back in the day. And it's like, the people are getting younger and younger now because, like, it seems like the old heads are, like, kind of dying off with that, you know, trying to embrace and unify the young people and bring them together. You know, so that's why I'm always like big on like, well, how old are you, and at what age did you know, did this come about? You know, so it's just like y'all getting younger and younger. You know, and the old heads is dying off. You know, when we had that conversation the other day, and I was saying how the old heads used to, you know, come here, young boy, let me talk to you. You know, school them. It's like now they in competition with them. You know, so, and I just want to applaud y'all on that.
Yeah, we had that conversation yesterday.
A lot of, you know, a lot of black men don't get the recognition that they should. You know, you always,
especially, you know,
it's
the
a
black
lot.
men that's actually doing something.
Something positive.
Not glorify the drug dealer dudes. You know what I'm saying? It's enough of that.
Well, we ain't gonna talk about them right now because you know how I feel about the pharmaceutical businesses and stuff like that.
Yeah, you know, we all know hustlers.
Yeah, we do.
Illegal hustle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But y'all born and raised from Philly, right? You know what I'm saying? State where you're from, like what section of the city. I'm gonna let y'all know I'm from West Philly down. Ashley, you said